Previously on T-Man 978.
Here he is with starting lineup Steph Curry. And now here's starting lineup Steph Curry's head on this body. And it fits perfectly on there. You don't have to do anything besides pop the head off.
T-Man 978. Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Welcome to another chill review. In this chill review, I'm going to be taking a look at Transformers Legacy United. Star Raider Cannonball. This is a Walmart exclusive. If you don't know who Cannonball is, in this case he's a Star Raider, which is the current day Transformers Universe like band of pirates. They aren't aligned with Autobots or Decepticons. I guess they would be more like Decepticons than Autobots. But the symbol is sort of looking like a mixture between the both right there. Maybe even with some Maximal up in there. But if I can pull up a picture, Cannonball was originally a repaint of the Transformers Cybertron figure, Red Alert, which was a deluxe class figure. And this guy comes with basically the same items that thing came with, but he is a repaint of Transformers Legacy Skids. I believe they've used this mold, or a partial of this mold, at least 4 times before this figure. But anyway, let's get into this one and the good things and bad things, and I'm going to compare him to what his original mold was. Like, I have the original Cybertron Red Alert. Anyway, here he is. Looking at him, and I've been watching Transformers Animated recently, I'm pretty sure they're going to use this mold once again, or a retooled version of it for Transformers Animated Soundwave, because this looks exactly like Soundwave a lot, especially with the new shoulders they gave him. Yeah, this definitely looks like that Soundwave. But I hope they retool it, because he didn't have doors specifically on his arm, but it did look a lot like this. Amazingly, because of the mold they did before this one, I forget what the TriggerCon name was, but it has features that the Cybertron Red Alert had. And I don't know whether they thought about that, because it looks like Skids mostly, but it actually has all those same features, which is amazing. Well, let's go into the articulation before I bring out his... Well, let me zoom in on the face. Like, here is the face. Partial of his face is black right there. I think Red Alert was meant to mimic, because he's a police car, mimic RoboCop a little bit. And this does put me in mind of RoboCop a bit. We do have partial of the hood on the back of his head. So there's that. If anything that drives me up the wall is the hollowness on the inside. This you can actually do something with, but that is just terrible. And I'm gonna get into it. This thing has quite a few issues, to be honest. Overall, I like the way he looks in his paint job and his deco, but it just has some things that are frustrating, and let's get into them. The head is on a ball joint, so you can look down more than it can look up. It can rotate, can't really tilt too much. But the arms go out this much. They have another hinge that can make it do that. And it has a ball joint right here on the shoulder. Is it a ball joint? Actually, it's a hinge that kind of gives him a butterfly action a bit. But there is a secondary hinge up in there that you really can't use, but I guess it works for transformation. He has a bicep swivel. The elbow bends. On this hand, he has that right here. And on this hand, he actually has swiveling wrist. You do have this. You can kick back that much, kick forward, and these hip joints are tight. That's tight. You can bend that much and you get ankle pivot. Now, what's not tight, and which I don't like, and which has been a problem since they created this mold, this doesn't stay tabbed like freaking at all. It doesn't tab at all. That doesn't tab. So the whole time you're messing with this thing, it can be going up and down, which is definitely frustrating. But if this held together, and if the legs didn't look like this, I would like him a ton more. I would also like it if the arms could actually go out without raising that joint. I hate that type of articulation. But anywho, back here we have this right here, but you can optionally put this on there, and I guess they were preparing for that sound wave, so you don't have to use this piece if you don't want to. And we have the Star Raider symbol right there. You actually do get this Cyber Planet key, which is the Earth version. Unfortunately, the whole paint budget went into the thing you put on his back. And yeah, this being all black just looks so cheap, especially when you pull out an original Earth Planet key right there. This is tragic. Anywho, it looks like this on the backside, and you can port it back here. And once you port it back there, you can pretend it's activating this gimmick right here, where when you lift his back up, he has shoulder mounted cannons. So that's cool right there. His hand, or that hand, there's a peg hole on the back of here. We can plug this into there, and now he has a hammer right there. So that's nice. And you have this attachment right here, which is this hook hand. Unfortunately, this does not peg in anywhere near as tight as the hammer. If you were to drop him or you fell over, that would probably shoot somewhere, which is unfortunate. But just like the original toy, what you could do is open this flap up. You don't really have to open this flap up, but you can take this piece right here and port it inside of the leg. They're actually like molded pieces that hold that into place. So you can do that with that one, and you can take this right here and slide that into the leg over there. So now it's kind of more filled in, but it's still not pretty looking, to be honest. But to get it in there, you don't need to open this, but to get it out, it would be easier if you opened it up and then pulled them out like that. With this hammer, he is decently posable, and I have been having fun messing around with him. I do like the way he looks, but he just is rough around the edges. Here's the reality of things nowadays. Hasbro is so freaking cheap. Well, they're not cheap, they are greedy. Let me just say that. They want to put as less effort into their toys while raising the prices at the same time, and then you end up with something like this with like gaping holes down there, and that is frustrating. I keep mentioning this, but back in 2008 or 2007, they mentioned that the price of toys is gonna have to go up so we can keep things the same quality. But unfortunately, the price went up, and when the price did finally go up, because they didn't do it at first, when the price did go up, the quality definitely went down. They started using less plastic as possible, and the things got super duper simple as possible. So yeah, I wish they stuck to their word since we're paying way more, because when they announced that Transformers Deluxe was $10 and now it's $25. Yeah, it almost makes me, when I get something like this, makes me want to stop collecting. Or it makes me wish that they didn't even do this size class anymore and just went straight Voyager for everything. But unfortunately, Voyager is overcharged now, so you can't win. Anywho, here is Red Alert. This is what this mold is based on. This thing has horrible articulation, but it's full of gimmicks, and the plastic, it has so much more plastic than this, and it has more paint. like all of this is white paint. And all of that. It's like mostly white paint. But yeah, so this definitely looks better. Probably this is what it looked like on the cartoon more. The proportions are way better. But like I said, this is 5 ounces while this is 3 ounces. Like, I don't expect them to give it the gimmicks that this has, but at least give it the same amount of plastic. Because even though this has more or has better proportions in articulation, I'm pretty sure this has the same amount of moving parts. Alright, here's a smaller deluxe with dense plastic, and here is a Voyager class figure that they went all out as far as engineering and whatnot. So yeah, here is your typical Voyager that's a little bit taller but has less complex articulation. Alright, transformation. I've already put those weapon accessories into here so they can be stored away. I'm going to try my best to tab this together and the legs together. They do not want to stay tabbed together. These wheels need to come from underneath of the feet like that. Now we can go ahead and lift up on this chest and line it up right there. So you definitely have to have the head just straight. Bring the windshield back so it can line up with the front of the car. So at this point we can bring the legs forward, and we need to shift his butt back but not his actual torso. So it should be in a shape like this. And now we can open this up and open this up. And before we do anything else, like, you can have that lined up back here, the gold part. We need to bring the arms down. Rotate the arms out like this, the forearms out like this, but bring this in. And these two pieces of plastic need to wedge in between these two pieces of plastic on the back of the arm. Wedge that in, and the arm needs to come in, and this little peg right there needs to go up into a groove in the back of his arm. So do that on both sides until it's flat inside of his body like that. Now we need to rotate this right here and bring down these panels, which are in theory supposed to clip onto this and that right there and there, but it clips on the back better than they clip in the front. You can hear it click, but as soon as you let your fingers go, it's not going to be clipped in the front. I've transformed this thing multiple times, and yeah, right now that's good and flush, but this one I seem to had to kind of bend it right here in order to get that to stay in the front. So there we are. It finally happened. I guess I figured that out. The joints are tight up in there, and that probably got in my way, but here he is in his vehicle mode. So it seems to be like a lot more deco, or it comes together better, I should say, in this vehicle mode. The wheels back here are pinned, up here not so much, and they do not want to spin, to be honest with you. It's like, it would have been way better if they pinned it and stopped being cheap. Here it is closed in completely, basically at the bottom. Man, looks really nice. Here it is without that Cyber Planet key, and here it is without this part. Now, in the old toy, what this represented is actually, that gold part is supposed to be the top of his head. Of course. Yeah, the back wheels are spinning right now, the front wheels aren't. Here it is in comparison in vehicle mode to the original mold it's based on. Let me raise this back up. So there's this right here, and let's let you see this. Missiles came out on the side. So it's kind of shaped, it's supposed to be like an emergency vehicle. And I believe he should be a police car, but it kind of looks like Ecto 1, to be honest. It looks like a hearse. It's actually, like I said, this weighs more than this new toy. It's longer. It's wider. Yeah, this was $10 back in 2005. Covered in paint. Nice. It actually rolls. All the wheels are pinned. Yes. Yes, I wish we can go back. Sometimes when I get new toys, if you get a new version of a figure, don't mess with the old version when it comes to Transformers. At least not the old version when it comes to Transformers made after 2000s. Here are two other deluxe class figures, and I've already ranted about Bumblebee, so don't expect me to get into that. But as far as what we are getting nowadays, it's not too far off. So yeah, this is probably the size of a masterpiece car compared to this. But anyhow, I like this. I just wish that this pegged together more, and I kind of wish this gold was painted, but it doesn't bug me so much. It would have been nice, yeah, if this was all consistent. I'm gonna just straight up be honest. If this was all consistent, like if they would have painted this black and just painted that gold right there, or made this out of black plastic and painted this little slither gold, that would have been nice. And up here, if they would have just went ahead and painted all of, or at least this part black, that would have been nice. But other than that, it's serviceable. Anywho, reverse transformation. I'm going to flip this up, flip that up, bend this back, get the arms up out of here, push the arm forward, get the elbow forward, rotate this out, get the arms basically in that position. Go ahead and bring the butt back down, clip it into place, bring that back like this, shove these up. The legs already separated themselves because they barely wanted to peg. Bring this down and then bring the back down, and he is a robot again. I said what I said. If you didn't hear what I said and you came just straight to this point to hear my opinion, too bad. Oh yeah, wheels. Go watch the whole video again. If you did watch the whole video and you're still watching right now, thank you so much. I super appreciate you. I got this from Walmart. Like I said, it's a Walmart exclusive. Thank you for watching. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos.